Human resources is the biggest thing we do. I really think for any company that's involved in customer service, it is the most important thing you can do is have the right people in front of your customers. You don't have to have the greatest resume in the world to make it into the interview. I'll have as many as 4 to 6 interviews a day. They last 20 minutes. I don't take a long interview. I don't take a long interview because I don't believe I get anything out of the actual conversation. I've hired too many people that I thought were amazing in an interview and they ended up being a dud, and vice versa. I do more talking than they do quite often in the interview because I'm trying to just kind of get across the philosophy, who we are, what we're going to do, and I've got the spiel pretty well nailed now. But my process is a 3-stage process. Interview them, send them out on a shop. I send prospective management, whether I like them or not. Even if I know I'm not going to hire them, I still send them on the shop. And I give them a $100 allowance and tell them to go out to the restaurants, 1 or 2 of the restaurants if possible, and eat a few tapas, sit down, have a couple drinks, and write me an essay. It lets me see what is important to them within the restaurant, because I think we as professionals in this industry cannot just go to a restaurant and not pay attention to what's going on. Whether it drives my wife crazy, but I see everything, and I have to make a conscious choice not to get annoyed by it. So I try to tap into that with our candidates. I also get a sense of their level of education, of their intelligence, of their ability to complete a task. There's a lot of other ancillary things that come out of that process. How long it takes them to do it, whether it's 2 weeks later, whether it's the next day, how excited they are. And I think they get something out of it too, because sometimes these candidates come in blind. They don't know our restaurant group, or they might be from New York, they might be from somewhere else, and they're driving in for the interview. So this introduces them to the brand. So they're learning about us at the same time. If it's a good shop, it doesn't have to be a great shop. If it's a good shop, I'll go to the stage 3, which is I want you to pretend like you've worked for us for 6 months, and I want to see who you are. I want to see you commanding the floor, making friends with the guests, talking to the staff. I want to see who you would be for me.